if there are options on the customer menu that you don't want your customers to be able to do, you can remove them by editing the customer menu. Let's say, for example, you don't want customers to be able to send messages or receive messages from you using the internal messaging system. You can remove them. Let's take a look at the customer menu first and see what that looks like. So in the communicate box, if you click the down arrow, you will see send a message and get messages. If what I wanted to remove those, I could edit this customer menu and just remove those two options. Let's look at how to do that. I go back to my menu, and from the admin menu I go to tools and scroll down until you see customize. Under customize, you'll see change customer menu. So you click that option and it brings up all the options and sub options that are on the customer menu. So I find send a message and get messages, and I clear those boxes and then click the submit button, and now I've removed those options. So let's go back to the customer menu and see what that looks like. So here's the customer menu, and I'm going to refresh it so that we pick up the new settings. And now when I click communicate, only request service remains. The two options that I wanted to get rid of are now gone. Now let's go back and reverse this process just to make sure that we can put those options back. So under customize, you click change customer menu, and we're going to put those options back and click the submit button. And now we're going to go back to the customer menu and we're going to refresh to make sure we pick up the new settings. And under communicate, when we click it, those options are back. Okay, now there are a few more things I want to demonstrate. Let's go back into the customize, the customer menu option. So we know we can remove and put back options. But what would happen, for example, if I were to remove the communicate sub menu? Now, if you remove the communicate sub menu or any sub menu, then all the options beneath it will not be there because it will remove the entire box. Let's look at that. So let's say I do want my customers to be able to request service, but I don't want them to be able to get messages or send messages, but I instead cleared the communicate sub menu. Let's look at what happens. So I click submit, and then I'm going to go back to the customer menu and I refresh to pick up the new settings. You notice the communicate box is now gone. So your customers will not be able to request service even though you wanted them to. So be careful when you customize the menu that you are truly getting rid of the options that you want. If you don't want to remove an entire menu box, then don't clear the menu box. Just clear the particular item that you want to not allow. Now, a couple more things. This field, first date customer can see data. You use this option if, let's say, you've been using Hydroscribe for a while, but you haven't allowed your customers to use the customer menu. And on a certain date, you're going to allow them to use the customer menu, but you don't want them to see the data that has been accumulated before that time period. So you can put the date in here that you don't want customers, or you want to start the customers to be able to see. So let's say, for example, I want customers to be able to see data beginning August 1st. I put in August 1st in that field and I click submit. When I do, the customers will be able to see all the data beginning on August 1st. The other ones that are important is, by default, we don't turn on the allow customers to pay online, because it can create a problem if customers put in payment and it doesn't take. So we leave those fields turned off. So once you set up a payment system within Hydroscribe, you should come in to the customize menu option and set this field to yes to allow customers to pay online, and you should also check the update credit card info box to allow customers to be able to update their credit card information once they put it in. And if they want to set up automatic bill payment, go ahead and select that box too. And that's how you customize the customer menu.